Hello, everyone. Welcome to Idle Chatter, new player edition today. As the stream title should say, we're unlocking Dragonbait, or we're hoping to unlock Dragonbait. That's the hashtag the dream, right? That's what we're here for. Yeah. If we can actually knock this out and finish it in a decent amount of time, I'll also do split the party. I finally qualified for that. So that'd be nice. I'm also coming up on Mert. We'll have to check my item levels when we get in there. So yeah. Alright. Making sure I got everything loaded. Okay, so as you can see, we are in Tomb of Annihilation campaign. This is the campaign map. This is Chult. I mean, if you're not familiar, you should get familiar. I do want to point out, you'll notice that all of the Tomb of Annihilation stuff happens up here. There's a whole other map down here. Like, there's so much more. There's so much more to Chult. Chult's a huge place. I'm kind of going off of the general consensus of the community as to how much favor you need. Like what everyone kind of recommends, which is around E22. I'm barely there. Almost a 2 E22, so we're at the low end of the E22 favor range, and we're going to see if that works. I have done all of the requirements. We're all the way at the end here. Dragonbait is on the last node. It's a Soriel's Resolve. It's a variant of the Lost Love. You got to complete 35 Adventures of Variants, which I already did. We have to get to Area 400 here. And there's a giant list of restrictions, but let's go down here first. We only get 9 champions. We're limited to 9 champions. And we're missing that front one. Like the NPC Dragonbait stands in the front. He does some things sometimes. We're in here. Dragonbait once again accompanies your formation, taking up the front slot. He does not attack, but provides a buff to the party while alive. Valindra, Shadow Mantle, this is the boss, Valindra, resurrects once per boss fight for every 50 areas into the adventure you are. So, level 50, she should resurrect once, at 100 twice, etc., etc. Each time, and we got to get to 400. Each time she resurrects, she greatly increases her damage and health. So she gets harder to beat and does more damage to your team the further you get. Each time Valindra resurrects, Dragonbait's Resolve grows stronger, increasing his health, damage reduction, and the buff he provides. To my knowledge, it's never enough. He always tends to die in the boss fights. We'll see if anything's changed there, but the one thing this does is it allows you to race through the trash levels between Valindra fights, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and try this. I am going to a certain degree, attempt to do this at least the first time around, and maybe we'll try some variations using only core champions. Assuming only core champions. So here's what I'm going to do. You know what? We're going to get some. Actually, I don't need that. Potions. This is a place to use potions. I don't have, what I really want is an epic potion of clairvoyance, and I don't have it. Oh well. I am going to use giant strength. I am going to use speed. And I am going to use fire breath. Those are the ones I have, so I'm going to use them. Because I want to get this run going. I want it to do its thing as quickly as possible. Now, at a certain point, I am definitely going to pop gold find potions, because we do need as many upgrades as possible going into these fights. So probably around 300, I'm going to start popping and stacking gold find potions, because we want to be at the upgrade soft cap for champions before that level 400 fight, and we need to have a solid power going into the 350 one. Some people have issues with 350, so let me go check. What do we got? Meister Wibberl, hello. Halfbee, Edlad, Bindaru, Cuddleguts, Night Romantic, Zareth, Evames, Zadmer. I feel like the title is a bait. Capium, welcome, welcome. Anglispark, hello. You got Mert today, Edlad. Awesome. JFC, welcome. 75 levels from unlocking Rhea, assuming this extra fiend weirdness doesn't screw me over. No. The last little bit after whatever the 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever that last 100 breakpoint is where it gets hard. Up until then, it's a normal run, but after that, it's not a normal run. Iomea, welcome. Well, the automod does its job. There's certain words that in other contexts might be bad. I left it on and I didn't approve stuff for a long time, but I've now been doing this on this channel for 20 months. Yeah, 20 months now. And everyone's been pretty good about context and using terms. So I'm letting the bot be a little more free. But I can always go back and fix that if things go bad again. If you can't beat it with the core, would it be worth opening some chests and trying again with core before trying to make other substitutions? Well, here's the thing. I need to probably just get these people in here. Oh, geez. Yeah, I need Jarlaxle in, earning that gold right away. Ultimately, no, Minsk, Tyrol, we're going to want like this. Yeah, okay, this needs to go to Jamila, and I can see where it is. The only chests I can open are silvers, and you know what? We'll get that out of the way right now. I've limited myself on this account to only opening silver chests. Hey, Anglispark. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. So if I'm only limiting myself to this, then this is all the power I'm going to have going into this. Oh, I have a chest code. We have a chest code today. We have a new chest code. There we go. I'll take that Electrum chest. Yes, please. So... yeah. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to open this later, because this actually gives gold, too. That actually gives gold. I'll open the Electrum one right now, then. Yeah, it was Jim. Okay, that didn't help us at all. Alright. Ooh, gifting! Thank you for the gift sub as well. Yeah, I now have codes for all the shows. Yeah, I talked to CNE and they're like, oh, we can do codes for your shows, all your shows, instead of just one a week. And I'm like, okay. I'm sure the community would appreciate that. So as long as I remember to request them each week, they'll be hooking us up. Which I should do that. I should do that today, probably, just so that it's ready for them tomorrow morning. Okay, so we're going to attempt to do it like this. Well, not exactly like this. I need to actually build a functional formation, but we're going to be attempting to do it first with these core champions. For those playing along with the home game, blessings are completely maxed out. Obviously, we don't have tier 5 yet, but that would just make this even more straightforward. So in the future, if they add tier 5 and you go ahead and grab those, because it only took me E15 to max this out. I mean, they might be up into the E20s to get tier 5. I don't know how they're going to balance that, but even then, I feel like you would still just go into this with even more power in the future. I don't have any patrons. I'm at 1846 loot levels, so I have no patron perks of any kind. They're all locked. Yeah. So it's just the power of the champions and their gear, which again is limited to, as you can see, blues as max. And then just my knowledge of building formation. Is this? feels okay. Feels okay. As we get to the boss fights, we're going to be slotting in Minsk, Undead spec, because Tomb of Annihilation and Valindra. I'll double check. Valindra is undead. I don't even have to double check. Valindra is undead, so we're gonna go ahead and slot that out for favorite enemy. This may be something that people might be thinking, well, Shield Master, right? But no, we want Battle Master because we're going to be using Fire Breath potions this entire time to hopefully instant kill all the trash mobs, and the only things we should be tanking are the boss. So that isn't going to help us here at all. Valindra doesn't build up enrage stacks or anything, so we want the straight buff from Battle Master. Celeste is going to be all the way in the back. I'm going to swap her places, but so we're going to give her life domain, because remember, this Dragonbait in the front, he's with us, but he's not with us. Notice I move her up. There's no healing going on Dragonbait. There's no healing going on Dragonbait, so that doesn't matter at all. Nayeli, we need all the health we can get in this fight. You need all of it. I really wish I had an epic heroism potion. So we're going Oath of Devotion. Calliope, again, we need protection. We have to balance damage with survivability. So we're going College of Lore. Because normally her shield triggers every 15 seconds. Which means you get it 4 times in a minute. With College of Lore, it drops it down to 10 seconds, so you get it 6 times in a minute. And that's a big deal when facing off against Valindra. Obviously here we want Potpourri. We're going to be using Ashara DPS. That's a no-brainer, Potpourri. We're going to go Charismatic. We're going to go Dark Blessing. And here we are going Wild Shape. We need, again, all the health we can get. And we get that by our tanks in their tanking specs. We need at least 2 tanks here. Like a minimum 2 tanks to do this. 2 tanks and a College of Lore Calliope. And some kind of healer. And this is what we're going to set up with initially. We'll see what happens. I'm going to throw some more speed on now that we've got this going, so that we can get to the real business. We can get to the real business. Okay. You know what? Hold on. Let's see Valindra once. Valindra will be up here in a moment. We'll watch Valindra once at normal speed, so we can talk about Valindra real quick. Hey Maelstrom, welcome and thanks. Thanks for the look. Famine Dragon, you're welcome. J-Mick, you're at E14 in Tomb of Annihilation. That is real close to Azaka. I think E15 you can do Procession Part 1, but honestly, I would try to get E16 first. Because that E16 should be enough not only to just easily go through Procession Part 1, but Procession Part 2 as well. Yeah, the code does look like I stepped in something. Randomly generated sequences of letters will do that. I also need to do Dragonbait. Would be very interesting to watch. Hey, Fried Potato. Welcome. Yeah. I do have, obviously, as you can see, I've got Swippy Swappy buttons. I do have options. The big one here, the big one in my opinion for healing is Dinar. Oh, there we go. Here we go. All right. So as you see, there's a new icon. This icon changes up here. It's going to track. Oh, it did not change. Dang it. All right. Well, we're going to defeat her. She's going to die. Maybe on the next one it'll change. It's supposed to read and tell you how many. It's totally broken. It's supposed to tell us how many resurrections we get, and we'll see. As we get further, we'll see if it updates correctly. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, let's go. Yeah, and then I'll hopefully remember in a half an hour to re-up that. But it's going to track up here like how many resurrections for Dragonbait's buff. But then when you're on the boss fight, it should tell you and count down how many times you've killed her. Sometimes when I've done this, it's worked. Sometimes I haven't. Yeah, like paint at home with Bob Ross. Just play at home with Gar. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you could. Like, if people were, if people were all trying this at the same time, it's an easy way to then kind of see and walk through. Bunanigans just finished unlocking all of Zeryl's patron perks. Grats. Okay, so it's technically a 9-champion, 2-tank formation. Meister Wilbur, if we want to get into the technicalities, it's a 9-champ formation because you technically don't tank anything. However, you are going to want a minimum of 2 tanks for this. Not because they're going to be, not because of that 2-tank frontline, but because you need the health share to stay alive when Valindra starts raining meteor storm after meteor storm down on your party. That's the big problem with this, and that's why you need tanks. And health, as much health as you can get. Sometimes you need 3 tanks. It just depends. But yeah, I have done this because you'll have to do this again for the patron versions, and one of the patron versions, I think it may have been Strahd, my tanks were in the back line, and I had squishies in the front line. Because, again, you're not tanking any enemies, you're just taking AoE damage from Valindra, so... Does Krell's Virulent Strain work with enemies that don't die? Bar patrons. I haven't seen a transfer yet, but only looking since today. Like Valindra, yes. Like Valindra, the other, so for healing, my big powerful swap, even though he has no gear, is going to be Dinar. That's a potential option we may look at. However, for power, if we just need lots more damages, Krull is here, and Krull, because you're killing off, because the way Krull works is he instantly, when an enemy comes on screen, there's a chance every certain number of seconds that he will give them a plague automatically without having to attack them. And when you're killing them automatically, and you're killing so many of them, it's an increased chance of Virulent Strain to proc, and the only thing it can proc to on the screen is Valindra. So when you have Krull, usually Valindra ends up with... Oh, look at her go. Look at her go. Yeah, this tooltip is not updating correctly. That's unfortunate. When you have Valindra sitting there, she ends up with like 40 stacks of pain. So it's very helpful because she's getting more health as you go along too, and those 40 stacks of pain just help you to continually rip through her even as she gets her upgrades. So Krull is a big one. Even though you're losing Ashara, you can just go to Hitch, frankly, for DPS, and also get the same multi-attack off of his daggers, of his thrown daggers and their bounces, as you would get with Ashara. And you're relying on Krull for the DPS there, so that's an option. Who else? Strix doesn't work because she's fixed in place. Valindra is fixed in place. Human would be a big option with Ashara, because Human can grant double credit against armored bosses when you attack, which basically just turns Ashara into a buzzsaw on Valindra. So we have options with event champions, but I want to see if I can do it with core champions, because if I can, that means anyone can do this with the right formation. Anyone. With E22 favor and the right formation, anybody can do it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Trying to figure out just what you're going to need. Because to me, it really relies on Calliope. To me, Calliope makes this so much easier. I sat here and I didn't upgrade Ashara because I was trying to think of what I was going to want here. I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to pop a bond. It would be half-bloods just with Calliope in here, because she's the only half-blood, but that's not enough to give me a bonus for Ashara. If we go into swapping in event champions, I would have Deacon. No. I could do Deacon and Freely and Human, potentially, and that would do short folk. So you know what? I'm gonna select short folk, just in case we have to go. I don't think it really matters either way. I have some potions of specialization though, so I can change it. It's funny that I'm actually doing the Vajra variant of this mission. Pretty much the same strategy, just different champions. How much favor would you recommend before trying Dragonbait? Well, that's the thing, is generally the community says E22. I have that, and we're going to see if that's actually an accurate representation or not. I think it is. I've done this with E18, but using Krull, using Hitch DPS, Krull, Dinar as my healer, and I had Avrin in buffing as well. Those are, I think, three clutch event champions to have: Dinar, Avrin, and Krull for this. I didn't even use ultimates, though. I literally just AFK'd through the boss. I wasn't even paying attention. I thought we were going to run up against Valindra and die, and then I'd have to actually do something, and then we just smoked her just with basic attacks. Oh, I also had Esmeralda. Again, Esmeralda's pretty clutch. So, I don't know. We're going to see. So, with the right champions, you can do it much lower, but I'm limiting myself, so we're going to find out. I did ask for Twitch for a reminder, but did I mismatch? No, Garbled for Life. I mean, we basically just started. I just talked about how we're doing this with core champions only, as far as we can. We're going to see if it works. We're going to see if it works. Yeah, Terra Crash, the mouse overs. Well, so they fixed the one issue on Steam that Steam was having, but this specific icon and its tooltip has always kind of just decided at times to work and not to work. It's never been super reliable, which is unfortunate. Wait, are there tier 5 blessings? Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, Meister Wilbur. So not tanking in the sense of enemies piling up the front, but tanks for their survivability features. Yeah. Health share on tanks, and that's why we use Devotion on Nayeli, is because it makes her more durable when she has to tank, but it also makes your entire formation more durable because of the health share. So like right now we're sitting at like 1452 HP with a almost double shield coming off of Calliope, right? And that's going to go up as we get all the health upgrades, and that's why I kind of want to be able to soft cap the champions, because the final upgrade for a lot of the tanks is a big health boost, like a huge health boost. So having that extra health is actually kind of what we're really trying to get hit the soft cap for. Yeah, this is much harder on the patron versions because she gets more lives, because you have to go further, so she gets more resurrections, yeah. And you have fewer champions. So the Mert one is actually... the Vajra one's pretty easy because you still get some clutch champions like Krull and Avrin to use, if I remember correctly. But the Mert one, you don't. The Mert one, you lose a lot of the strong ones. And then Strahd's just... I think the key when I was doing this for Strahd's version of Strahd's Sorial's Resolve was Narak, actually. Having Narak next to the tanks actually increases the health share they give off, allowing your party to be more durable. And I had more than enough damage, so I just needed the survivability, because I didn't have, like, I don't think I had Calliope. I don't know, it was weird. I don't remember. It's been a while since I did that one. For patron versions, you used Briv to skip the bosses. Yeah, I like to actually do the bosses. But yeah, that's something you could do. I had to do one Avernus run with 5 tanks earlier today. One of the armored bosses did party damage and it was bad. Yeah. Krull's ult does delete Valindra. You can chunk off at least 3 full life bars, so 150 armor chunks with Krull's ult. Usually the tip there is to save it until she has those 3 lives left, and then use it. But yeah, the very first time I did this basic version of Asoriel's Resolve, I didn't use Krull at all, so Krull isn't required here. He just makes things a lot easier. Dinar, technically, if Dinar's ult lands, it'll do the same thing, but his ult is a lot more finicky than Krull's. Oh, like drunk bar people. Instead of dying, they walk off the screen with the... Well, no, they still... That, when you take them down to 0 health, that's supposed to be the equivalent of them dying, and it should transfer if there's a... I mean, because Virulent Strain is always just an RNG. It should still be able to transfer, but that's a good question for like a support ticket to double check. Yeah, the walking off the screen should just be their dying animation, because that was a change that was made in year 1 when people were like, "Why are we killing drunk bar patrons? This doesn't feel good." And they're like, "You know what? You're right." And then they made it so that when they die, they just take back off the screen. When are the tier 5 and 6 blessings coming out? Presumably fall or winter of this year. That's the last I heard that was like an actual time estimate. But that's only if it doesn't get pushed back, right? We're actually coming into the fall, so... Strahd to 550 wasn't hard at all to get to use Hu and Ashara. Now, sure. When I did it, Ashara was not the powerhouse that she is today, and Human wasn't around. What's the plan if you don't make it with core champs? Patron perks? I don't have any. I don't have any patron perks. I have not unlocked Mert or anyone else yet. They're all locked. I don't have a Modron core. The plan is then to try different potential event champions. See if there is a key event champion from the ones that I have that then makes this just completely doable. Like the idea being like, okay, so if all you've got is basically core and evergreens up to this point, if you were going to do a time gate to get one champion, what one champion would let you do Dragonbait? That's kind of what I'm shooting for, if I have to. Tanks all have their HP feats slotted, I'm assuming. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. We'll check here in a second. Hey, Gar, how much favor are we going in with? Jason, 1.92E22, I think. Did I get it right? Yes, 1.92E22. So just a smidge into the E22s. If you'll notice, Dragonbait died. Dragonbait always dies. Oh, Calliope died. All right, so we got our first... I haven't been leveling everyone up. This is what happens if you die, folks. All right. Notice one thing I should have pointed out, but was that the tanks were totally fine. The tanks will live through while everyone else dies. So when you're trying to save champions and set things up for heals and stuff, like the target is your squishies and not your tanks. In fact, honestly, hold on. Here's a oh, let's look at this while we're here. Damage all champions. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna want. So yeah, those are good. Okay, increase the damage of champions within 2 slots of tier roll. Wild Inspiration, because Forces of Good is the other one. And she's neutral, so Ashara doesn't get this. Plus, again, we're not really getting this ramp-up buff on this anyway. So Wild Inspiration is what we actually need to play with. This just says within 2 slots. Tyrell doesn't have to be there. Tyrell can go back here. And that's actually better. Because we don't need heals going to Tyrell. We don't need heals going to Tyrell. We need heals going to the squishies, right? If I could move Nayeli behind, I would too. But unfortunately, Nayeli does buff their column behind, so she does have to be there. So let's try this again. Now keep in mind, you'll notice there's those little eyeballs that pop up every now and then. That is a debuff effect. That's a stun. The eyes, technically it's called frightened, but it's a stun effect, so that's really all you got to remember. is that Valindra is stunning the enemies on occasion. If I remember right, it's a saving throw, but you know, we don't have a whole lot of control over that here. Come on. How are we doing? Nope, we lost the back line. And once the back line goes down, that's it. If I could read which one we're on, that'd be great. All right. So we're only at 250. This is not looking great. But we haven't done any health stuff yet. So let's throw heroism on. Let's throw heroism on. One thing I want to set up here right now before we go in, I'm going to fire off Calliope's ultimate. So that's going to shield everyone. And then we'll let it come back. And now going into this one, I'm actually going to attempt to rotate ultimates. So I'm going to hold Niley's stun for the end, but I'm going to use, and the heal for the end, like the shield, the heal, and the stun I'm going to hold for the end. Everything else will fire off a little early. It's okay, Nox. It was just a lot of explanation for the first half hour or so. So we're going to do this one, we're going to do this one, we're going to do this one. We'll do the bite, we'll do the single target. We'll rain down Jarlaxle's ultimate. And now we're going to watch health, hopefully. Let's throw in... There we go. Got it that time. Okay. So with good use of ultimates, I mean, we're going real fast there, but with proper use of ultimates and holding the stun and the heal towards the end, because remember, Celeste's ultimate is a full party, full health heal, so that let us get through that without anybody dying. Also, we added that health potion, so that helps. Did Strahd version yesterday. The only champion left alive at the end was Celeste in deflect stance, and she soloed it. Nice. It's nice to see these new champions getting some solid usage in this. 2 levels short of finishing a variant, and I'm stuck. It happens. Happens. Would Baloth resurrect this Dragonbait? Usually champion abilities don't interact with NPCs, but I've heard some weird stories about that happening, so maybe we try that out at some point. We'll see. I have seen Baloth resurrect NPCs that are standing in the middle of my party before, so it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. But like my Celeste heals and my Calliope shield don't do anything. Minskin just for Valindra, then swap back to Jarlaxle. That's ultimately the idea that we're going to go with. I mean, that was in my back pocket if we weren't able to beat that, but I wanted to get Jarlaxle's ult off first. Speaking of, let's go look at feats. Why do I have... Oh, because I don't have anything else. I'm like, why do I have that? Oh, yeah, because I don't have anything else. It's rough, folks, when you're not opening gold chests to get gold chest feats. You just have to use whatever the heck they come with. So, yeah, I think we're... Yeah, we don't want to make us on damage. We're not even using them, but that's still all they have. Okay. We shall see. But yeah, I want to at least have Jarlaxle in long enough to fire off his ultimate. And then go from there. You know what we could do, honestly? We could do that. Now what this does is it actually means Jarlaxle has the potential to die before everyone else, which is totally fine because then we just swap in Minsk. Right? So yeah, we fire off Jarlaxle's ultimate, we leave him in, maybe we get another second ultimate off, and then we can always swap Minsk in. So playing with your bench on this can be helpful. Just Just try not to swap out your tanks, because that's not going to be good. Because if your tanks are dying, you have a whole other problem. Like, your tanks are the ones that live the longest, or should be living the longest. How are we doing on this one? Let's alt. Are we almost there? No, we died. No! Oh yeah, we were way off. Okay. We were like a whole level off. Like a whole stack of health off. And Calliope went down first. Alright. Man, this is... I can feel the issues with not having epic gear already. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw in everything at a half an hour. Okay, yeah, we've only been 20 minutes since I popped that, so that's good. Alright. We're going to make a little gold here. Farming just right before this. You'll notice our fire breath potions are keeping up pretty well in terms of just killing everything. So we don't have to worry about the trash mobs for the most part, it seems. I do probably need to start upgrading efficiently. Yeah, E22, Berdina. E22, like 1.92 E22. Yeah, Selice and Deflect can be OP, yes, against this. Zaka in for gold find between boss stages. I mean, potentially. I didn't really want to do that $2.99, but... Yeah, the epic health potion would be doing a heavy amount of lifting here. If I had it, which I don't. But yes, one thing we can do is like this. And we can just raise our gold find. We can just jack up our gold find a bit. Because we're killing with fire breath potions anyway. And Azaka is an evergreen. You should have by this point. Offering up guiding hand gold. There you go. 1207%. Except when she's in Were-Tiger form. And I would only be getting, what? 55% from Archon, so he's not worth it. He's not worth it here. But she is. Alright, let's look at my upgrades. No piracy coming anytime soon. That's what I want. 2385. Like, God, that's so far away. Oh, yeah, 900 would be more damage. I don't want... I'm getting Bardic Inspiration in a row, and I really want her shield. Oh, well. Oh, well. 285 is what I need there. Let's switch this over so I can see how many I've got banked. All right. Ah, 1905. Excellent. There's a nice look. 6,000 more health for the party to split. Obviously, you only get a portion of that, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Nothing until 2145. Oof. Oof, I say. Oof. Okay. I think this is probably... You know what? Let's get enough to get Nayeli up to this one. And then we'll change. I don't have any patron unlock. Patrons unlocked. Hey, Trib. I appreciate that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. It just unlocked Sazaka 10 minutes ago. Need to read up on how to use her. Yeah, I've got a guide for that. Actually, in the highlight on this channel from last week, at the end of it, I actually do Azaka farming. This is not Azaka farming. This is just me putting Azaka in because she's contributing gold find. I could put Archon in for Jarlaxle for health share. That is an option. Is Hitch or Ashara my DPS? Ashara is. And you can tell because, well, here's the thing. In Tomb of Annihilation, there is this top shelf blessing, which increases the damage of champions in the topmost slot of each column. So that's where I'm going with this. She's all the way up here in the top, so she's sitting at E94. Hitch is only at E78. So, plus he's not getting, because he's adjacent to Makos, he's not getting Makos' buff, so it's only going to Ashara. So Ashara is our DPS. Ashara is our DPS. All right, where's this going again? Oh yeah, right here. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Oh, shield everyone first. Wait for the cooldown to come back. I'm gonna rotate everything except for Celeste and Naeli's ults, and I'm gonna hold on to Calliope's as well. First thing I want to do is make sure I'm taking off armor off Valindra, and then I'll drop Jarlaxle's ultimate. Yeah, okay, so there goes Jarlaxle's. We're doing everyone's except for our 3 defensive folks. And I will keep ready for that. If I can keep my focus. There's always so much going on. Alright, we get another one of those. I don't know. Oh, just barely. Oh, they were almost dead. They were almost dead. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is why I love this this variant, and I don't like overpowering it with things, because it feels so good. It feels so good when you just barely kill her. Woohoo! Terracash just finished Icewind Dale story. Man, that was rough at the end. It's not done yet. There's still some more of those. Not to ruin your enjoyment, but Icewind Dale has more stories coming. Not a whole lot. It's what, 1 life per 50 levels, so at 400 it'll be 8 times. That's, to my knowledge, that is I think that's what I wrote down in the guide, and I'm pretty sure that's still accurate. Unfortunately, this is supposed to tell us, and it doesn't. It's not working. I did still have Minsk on the bench, but we were doing enough damage with the crew that we had that I didn't need to bring Minsk in. It was really just kind of, as long as you're doing damage, then, and you're still taking off chunks with your ultimates and with your DPS's basic attacks, then more damage isn't going to do anything. So usually the swap you're looking for in that instance is a swap for survivability. Yeah. I know the Icewind Dale stuff. I mean, that's the hardest campaign in the game right now. It's going to be rough for everyone. Man, it's taken so much. It's taken so long for me to get the damage upgrade for Ashara here. I'm kind of holding off. There we go. All right, now I'll go look at everybody else's. He's like 2385. Yeah, it's so far away. Now we get to play the game of Garwar trying to find the most efficient upgrades. I need like 100. 285 works. $21.45. Oh, jeez, it needs all of it. Oh, I hate when it's X100 is the highest we can go to, but it takes 105 to get to the next level. Like, okay, he didn't plan that out well. Didn't plan that out well. If I can't see how much I need to get to the next one. I really want... all we're getting is damage out of Calliope, and I really need more protection from her. But it is what it is. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to throw down. Oof. Yeah, see, we're running out of damage. Notice I'm still able to tank with Makos. Calliope's shields doing some heavy lifting. That's why it's important to put her in that lore spec. What do we got? We're slowing down on speed, but we could use more gold. 20 minutes of gold. Let's give us whatever gold we can get. Yeah, Orcon does give me another Shara bond. Yeah. I can use the upgrade setting, but the problem with that is I'm trying to get a feel for how many levels I have, like how close I am to the next upgrade, and this doesn't tell me. This only tells me if I'm there. It doesn't tell me if I'm close. So usually I use X100 for that, but there are certain champions at certain points that need anywhere from 105 to 150 levels for an upgrade. And I'd just like to be able to see that. I'd like to be able to see that, but that's a me thing, and I don't know that everybody needs that, so I doubt it. I doubt it's high on their list. Crusader's Mantle. Yeah, we're about there. So we'll just pop that. Yeah, this is where we're going to start slowing down a bit in terms of progress, because the gold's going to come in a bit slower. And we may actually have to stop and do more gold farming. If you ever get a champ, we can get Garwar's Guide to Garwar. Yeah, that would be real weird. Real weird. I think you definitely do this with E22, just not with only green and blue gear. Quite possible. Quite possible. Garwar's Guide to himself. Yeah, that would be real weird to make. Real weird to make. Is this just... Man, we just need a lot more damage. No, that doesn't get me there. Wrong button. Oh no. Let's see what happens if we swap Archon in for Nayeli, maybe. Well, no, I'm going to lose damage there. It would have to be Jarlaxle, but we're losing gold there. But maybe, no, I didn't get a... I was thinking maybe we get a Bud Spike, but no, not really. That gave us a spike. Now we swapped Jarlaxle back in. So we'll just Bud Spike a bit with swapping between Makos, Jarlaxle and Minsk. Oh, except we're on Valindra. Oof. Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. But let's see. No, we can't even kill off these guys. Can't even kill off these guys. Alright. Time for some farm. At least soon you get to do Garwa's Guide to Jason Charles Miller. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that's going to end up being, but that'll be neat. That'll be neat. There we go. Give us all the gold, please. Okay, let me do the swap again. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I gotta bring Makos in too. To really get the power. Alright. So here's what I want to do then. Set bud, and we're going to make this 1. And then we're going to do farm, and we're going to make that 2. So set bud, farm. And then I will just toggle as they start to get close to the formation. Which means I need to set bud again. So use your hotkeys, folks. Use your save formations. Here we go. Toggle, back. And make it easy on yourself. Is Dragonbait 400 or 450? 400. Come to think of Eden guides to a few of the party's factions in the game. Yes. Are there any you still haven't done or want to revisit? Heroes of the Plains isn't done yet, but when Megan Kenrick's character arrives, then I'll be able to do a guide to Heroes of the Plains. Rivals of Waterdeep have just started joining the game, so it's going to be a while before I can do that. And we just started getting the Oxventures Guild, so we have some new groups that have joined, or some that are not so new, but are going to be finishing soon. So I don't cover those affiliations until we have them all, or at least all that presumably we're going to get. So I'm late was watching Free Guy in the theater. Oh, nice. Yeah, it looks like it's at least a funny movie at times. I am watching movies from my home, though, for now. Because people around here are not real smart when it comes to masks and stuff, and vaccinations. Doing Zapper Overload right now, and it's so annoying to have to keep adding people back in. Try to save a formation. Just work real hard on a low level to save the formation the way you want it before something gets zapped out. It takes a little bit of effort up front, but once you get it saved, then you just have to sit there and hit your load formation button. Or alternately, if you have a macro you want to set up, you can set up a macro. Like if your keyboard can just macro pushing that button repeatedly. Am I right in saying the patron currency is 2 per level? Yes. There is no point to deep push. One suggestion, put Bruner in the middle. Hold on. In the formation. I don't know, why would I put Bruner in the middle? What would that change? Am I missing something? I might be. Sometimes I get so used to using certain characters a certain way, I'll forget about something. Do you have a favorite evergreen champion? I think this specific unlock mission is my favorite evergreen unlock mission, but I don't know that Dragonbait's like my favorite evergreen champion. I forgot to put in the gold find one. Unlocked second party in the core. Nice. Hopefully we'll do that a little later. Did I learn you can mouse scroll, use the mouse scroll wheel to buy multiple chests? Yep. All my speed champs got zapped out. What should I do? Hit the reload button? I don't know. I mean, zap or unload is all about saving a formation and then reloading it whenever you can. And trying to kill things with fire breath potions. So, adding Dritz would add gold find. Yes. Who would I be swapping out for that? Hold on. And Dritz is an evergreen, so that's fine. We can use Dritz. But where would they go? Annihilate. Yeah, for now I kind of want to limit this to the core and evergreens that I've unlocked so far, so this still functions. We could try to level up. I think we've gotten a good amount of gold here, but we're still I'm still seeing greens like level ups pop up fairly often, so we'll stay here for a little more. Is Tyrell just there to add health to the party? Yeah, well, yes and no. His wild inspiration buffs champions within 2 spaces of him. He doesn't have to be in front for that. It's his forces of good that that usually applies. Actually, even then, no. So yeah, Tyrell in general doesn't need to be at the front of your party to provide health share and to provide his buffs. He just needs to be up front to tank. But in this specific variant, we don't need tanks. Where we're going, we don't need tanks. Yeah, basically, you just need the health share. So you need tanks in the sense that they're there making your party more durable, but they're not sitting in the front line soaking up damage. That's not a requirement here. Okay, I need to see. Ooh, yeah. 1.08 EO4 health? Yes, please. We need that for Valindra. Where am I going next here? Oh, 1705, Song of Protection. I want that. That's what I've been waiting for, is another Song of Protection. Buff up that shield she gives. So we're going to go for that next. There it is. Alright. Let's go into a pushing formation. I'm going to shield everyone. Wait for it to come back. Farm a little gold in the meantime. And then when we get over there, I will fire off all the ultimates. Well, not all of them first. Again, we'll keep our survivability ultimates. We'll sit on those, but we'll try to fire off all of our DPS ultimates in the hopes that we get them back soon enough to use them again. I'm just going to go ahead and leave Minsk in the pushing formation for now. I feel like that's fine. Alright. I do want Jarlaxle in for his ultimate. But, well, you know what? Yeah, we'll use Minsk first, and then I'm going to load Jarlaxle in. Alright, then we'll bring Minsk back. 2, 3, 4. I really wish this was working, so I'd know. how far away she is from death. But I feel like we got a good shot at this. Man, she's just wrecking us repeatedly. Oh my. I was hoping that was the last health bar she had, but it was not. It was not. We're going down. Kill her. Please. Nope. We went down. Still slowly dying. Just not fast enough. Not fast enough. Okay. So. Ugh. I mean, we need more health. Did my potions wear off? Sort of. I think I had one more health potion I could have used. Can always throw down some giant strength potions. I only have the one up so far. There we go. Back to farming for a bit while I rethink my strategy. Oops. Yes, I could put Dritz in to make her miss. That does work. I have to have damage for that, though, because I'm losing damage if I'm putting him in. I mean, for Jarlaxle, but we have Minskin for well, again, I'm losing damage, so if I can afford to lose him, if I can afford to lose Minsk, can just use Dritz for the miss for defense. That's a reason. It's a reason you aren't using Azaka's ultimate while farming gold, because there's really no reason. Everything's dying instantly. I'm not doing traditional Azaka farming here. Am I right to assume that Sword Coast will be Idle Champion's endless campaign? Yes, that is what they have declared it is. Wonder if a client restart would fix a tooltip. It might. Farida is really good here as an event champ for DPS, yeah. And what you do is then you want to put her right in the middle. You want to have enough damage boost that you can put her in the middle, and then when the Meteor Swarm raids down, it just wrecks Valindra. Alright, so let's prep. We're going to prep some stuff here. How far can I get? Can I get some more health? Oh, 4 or 5 gets me more health for Archon. We're not quite there yet. If I'm going to use him as a health share. We did just get some more damage on Ashara. So we potentially can swap out some buffers. There we go. Alright, so we've got a lot of options here. So let's do maybe... Well, you know what? I'm going to go in, I'm going to fire off this. I'm going to bring Jarlaxle in. And then I'm going to bring Archon in. We'll do it that way. We'll do it that way. We go there. We go there. We come here. And we see what happens. We're not taking off armor. So that doesn't work. Yeah, armor needs to come off every time Ashara attacks, or else we're in real trouble. don't think... Yeah, well, we just lost the back line. Come on. Let that be it. Feels so good. Feels so good. All right. That's what I want. If I can just squeeze by all of this just like that, we're great. We're great. Oops. I forgot to swap to the pushing one. There we go. How does the armor mechanic work in this game? So basically, if an enemy is armored, it means you have to do a minimum amount of damage to take off one of their health chunks, like one of their health segments. If you can't do that damage, you do nothing. If you do insanely over that damage, it doesn't matter. You still only take off one. So if something's armored, you have to show that you can both do damage and be durable while waiting to kill them to be able to progress. And Valindra is kind of the penultimate early game. This is still kind of early game demonstration of the need for that knowledge, right? Like before this, you may not really understand that you have to know how to build for damage and survivability. Before this, you're just like, I just want to do lots of damage. But Valindra makes it very apparent that you need both. That you need to learn to do both, at least. Yeah, only one champion has to survive as long as the boss goes down. That's all that needs to happen. And once the boss died right as they didn't attack, and then I died right after, and it moved me back. But when I moved forward, it took me past. I had completed it. So that can happen. That can be a thing that happens. 2255. Yes, please give me more health. So if you have Human, he would have been an awesome choice for her. Yes. Human and Esmeralda. I mean, both of them would be just... because they each grant double credit towards removing health from a boss. So, you know, if you put one in, you're killing her twice as quickly. If you put them both in, you're killing her 4 times as quickly. Because math. Or it should be 4 times as quickly, because math. It might be 3 times as quickly. Either way, I'll take it, right? Like, those are just great options to have. And I do have those options here. Well, I have Human here, which we could use. I do not have Esmeralda. But again, the goal here is to kind of try to do this without... Like, with core champions only... and see what happens. You're all witnessing the power of Calliope's shields in lore spec. As Makos tanks these things. Makos is not a tank. So is Dragonbait even any good, or is the unlock just to feel good? I mean, Porque no los dos. Dragonbait's a great... I use Dragonbait a ton in Strahd variants. I love him as a tank there. I use him a lot in variants. He's not necessarily in my base pushing group, but he is definitely one that I'm a go-to. Oh, I've got Dragonbait, I'm good. Like, that's usually in a variant. I usually feel pretty strong with Dragonbait. But also, this is like a major milestone in your progress in the game. Finish him. Thank you. All right. Oh, we need potions. Potions. Oh, yeah. We need gold find potions. We need gold find potions. Half an hour gold find and a half an hour of gold find. Almost out of those small ones. Almost out. We'll need some health. We still got speed going for a little bit. Still got speed going for a little bit. No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, we need a lot more. We need a lot more levels. I do not like how close this is. And again, this could just be favor. We just need a lot more. We need more favor would be nice. So coming in just barely into the E22 range with core champions and no purple gear, not the greatest. Not the greatest feeling. But you know, we're still moving forward. We may sit at $3.99 for a while and farm gold for a while. But it is what it is. How do you know the health of your champs instantly? I don't. I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure where you're going there. Okay, now I need to... Now I actually need to put a tank up front. So we'll adjust this formation a bit. Because now I need to actually tank these people while we try to push forward. I don't know the health of my champions instantly. When I'm looking at upgrades, I know I can read the upgrades and know when I'm getting a new health upgrade, but any reason not to have Tyrell in front instead of Makos? Well, originally I was technically I don't need I was hoping I was going to be able to push all the way with fire breath potions. That didn't happen. So, because we're not killing with fire breath potions right now, now I need a tank up there. But the goal here is to get enough power wherever. Oh yeah, we're getting smoked. We need a lot more gold, folks. The goal here is to get enough power where we're killing off the enemies just with clicks, just with fire breath potions. Give me an... I need mostly undead. There we go. That's better. If we can do that, we're good. If we can't beat Valindra. So, we're going to need a lot more gold. We're going to need a lot more gold. Isn't Esmeralda one extra? She should grant you double credit. Hold on, let me look up. Let me look it up for certain. Got a guide for that. Speaking of guides, yesterday I posted my 98th active guide on the subreddit, Time Gates 101. So if you had questions about time gates, hopefully that helps. Esmeralda, there she is. Whenever a champion is in Esmeralda's column, would remove a hit point or chunk of armor for the target, remove one additional hit point or chunk. Okay, so yeah, so she just grants one additional. That's fine. Even if they're both one additional, that's great. That gets me 3x multiplier on the speed at which you kill things. So works for me. I think maybe they changed that to state that specifically, but I don't know. Probably not. I hate to be a negative Nancy, but as close as 350 was, I don't know if 400 is going to work. Well, it's not going to work until we can kill these enemies with click damage. So we have to farm. We have to farm. We're overriding this. Bigger issue here is I can't get my... See, now I can use Azaka's ultimate because things aren't dying instantly, so it makes sense. The tigers will actually have something to attack. But we are getting a lot more gold now. Why is it not... Come on, game. Load my formation. There we go. Alright. I put Avon in the formation and melt through enemies. It's unreal. Yeah. Avon's huge. What spec do I have for Brunor? The straight buff, not the ramping one. So Battlemaster. Districts haunted benefit from Dragonbait death. Oh, the NPC? I don't know. I've never checked that. It would feel a little odd if it did, but I mean, this game does odd stuff all the time. All the time. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. Feral Storm, do you prefer Avern's left or right spec? Left. You always go sturdy. You always go sturdy. That's never... There's never a situation where you wouldn't go sturdy, frankly. Because what makes Avern so strong is that multiplier when he has 4 mirror images up. So just giving it an extra boost to the 2 you would get normally is not enough. It's not enough at all. Alright. Okay. So we're just slowly upgrading champions as we're gaining as much gold as we possibly can. I probably want to speed this up. So we're going to add a little more dash, just a dash of speed. Just a dash. Because I don't want to get it too fast for when we get to 400 and then I can't see what's going on. I need a little bit of breathing room. But we're killing instantly for longer now. That's good. If you only had 2 champs, Avon and another character for a variant, still sturdy mirrors? Well, no. But there's only one variant in the game that makes you do 2 champs, and that's a tale of 2 champions. And you would never use Avon there anyway. Because that variant isn't about champion power, it's about your ability to earn gold and then debuff and click kill. Yeah. Oh, jeez, come on. Load. There we go. Yeah, if you only get 2, probably better off not using Avon at all and using someone else. Yeah. Because, again, that's Tale of 2 Champions, and that's not something you want. You want Avon in. Yeah, because, again, Avon's power comes from having 4 mirrors up. Preferably on support champions. And you need to make sure one of those mirrors is on your DPS. That's just where the strength of Avon lies. So doing anything else is basically underutilizing him, and somebody else may be better. I I've stopped upgrading efficiently, and I'm mad at myself. I've got to get back to that. Another thing to keep in mind, I have only so far used a huge potion of giant strength. I am sitting on all of the other versions, so we do have power at our disposal. It's just I don't want to have to use that until 400. If I have to use that before 400, we're in trouble. So like using them right now wouldn't. Well, I guess I could use an hour one right now. Sure. That's just going to help me set a higher bud and click kill longer. But yeah, those things don't get you many levels, so you usually want to save. I can use the hour one because I don't think we're going to be here an hour. I hope we're not going to be here an hour. And it's going to help me farm a little right now. Do I care about anything he offers at this point? No, not really. Well, Icing Death, I guess. No, yeah. It's not switching my formation when I want it to. Okay. Yeah, so this is an example of bud spiking for fun and profit, for those of you who are wondering. Basically, I'm sitting in this formation with Makos and Tyrol, and I'm setting a high bud, so I'm spiking my bud, and then I'm switching over to this formation and just killing with Fire Breath potions with Goldfind champions in, just so that I can get to my upgrades quicker, and then I just swap back as necessary. And I don't need these here, I guess. Okay, Suisun. Thanks for hanging out while you could. The VOD will go up here, and I'll post it on my YouTube channel, so you can always catch it later. What's my favor? 1.92 E22, so just barely into the E22. Since that's what everybody recommends, I wanted to find out, is it enough? I'm going to say no. well, with core champions, no. So with core champions, it isn't enough. If you have some strong event champion options, yeah, I think you're fine. I think you're fine. I have done this before at E22 with Hitch DPS, but with Krull, Averant, Esmeralda, and Dinar. So that is a very different and powerful setup. If I had more rares and epics, I think you'd be able to do it. I mean, I'm still holding out hope here. The issue is you know, farming long enough. Oh, I didn't save after I put these back up here. Yeah, I should do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and push and see if we can get a bit further. Ideally, I'd like to get to an area where there's some undead. That'll be a lot easier. That mix of undead and regular living things was causing problems for us. And I'd rather not have those problems. Yeah, so see here, we're pushing real faster forward now, and now when we stop to gold farm, we'll make even more gold. In fact, let's make some gold while we're at it. Okay. Didn't last long. Clever girls. Oh, I do have my silver chest open. Yes. Yeah, no one would be doing this without any gold chest open, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. The reason I wasn't opening gold chests was because I was trying to Oh, we're into some undead stuff. We should be good. I was trying to counteract this like my own knowledge of formation building, because that's a powerful thing, right? Like knowing how to build solid formations and who to use and how to use them and knowing how this works. I'm trying to counteract that by kind of tying an arm behind my back and thus simulate what a new player who maybe doesn't have that knowledge would be experiencing. So I feel like getting frustrated and having to farm gold is totally a new player experience. Okay, we're going to stop on 399 and we're going to sit there and try to cap out. I mean, we're doing pretty good. We're just not killing things instantly, and that's a little problematic. So I think we're real close. The other thing we're going to do here is, let me see. I got all the gold on. So let's pop these. I needed a rare on someone I'm using. Got it on Delana instead. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. And I didn't get enough gold to even hit an upgrade. Oh well. Oh well. Sick of unlocking soils today, but I'm not sure I'm even at E22. I've been able to do most everything up to it though. So Big Ruse, so it's going to depend on what strong event champions you have. So if you have like Avrin and well, like Avrin is the big one. If you have Krull, that's a big deal. You could use like Hitch with Krull instead of Shara. If you have Dinar, that's great for healing. Because Dinar can heal anywhere in your formation, whereas Celeste is limited to just in her life spec the 2 columns in front of her. If you got Human, that's a big deal. I'm not bringing in Delana. Okay. The good thing here you'll note is we are looking at undead. So farming undead is something we like to do. Oh, hey, there's our... Let's set a bud. Where are we at? I mean, we're at E120. Yeah, 5 E120, almost 6 E120. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Okay, that should have gotten us more gold. So that should have been worth it. Man, we need a ways. Okay. Let me see how far. Yeah, we can get to his next one. I mean, I'm happy trying this before we're soft capped, as long as we're insta-killing these enemies with Fire Breath. 610. And I mean, we're looking pretty good at the moment, folks. We're looking pretty good at the moment. I mean, look at all this damage. We just boosted our damage up a good chunk. Yeah, we're up into 6 E121, so we gained an entire order of magnitude. So I feel like we're in a pretty good position. Wow, Jarlax is almost done. So yeah, we're almost soft capped. We're almost there. 20, we need 60 for Calliope for more Bardic Inspiration. So let's go there next. There it is. So yeah, we're almost there. We're both at 399. Nice. That's cool. Got everyone except Dinar. If it's any reference about it, my wall in the Prudence free play 575. But how much favor do you have in the event? Like if it's not the same amount of favor, if it's the same amount of favor, if it's like E22 or if it's equal to or lower than what you have in Tomb of Annihilation, then you should be able to do this. You beat her with E132. A damage? Okay. I'm not close to that. I mean, yeah, I can always try to Azaka farm with Krull, but I'm trying not to do... At first, we're trying not to do that. At least at first. Is there a way to retry variants and objectives you've already done? Not variants, not directly, no. They're one and done. If they're event variants, there's a chance they can come up in a time gate. But otherwise, you can redo them with patrons, but patrons have higher restrictions and make them more difficult. But yeah, once you've done all that, it's done until a new patron comes out. Makes sense. Event is the E18. Yeah, so if you're around there and you're able to push that far, then you've got a solid shot at beating Dragonbait. I don't think it would be a problem. Excuse me. Let's see. 355. Let's see if we can come up on. We're right on the cusp of a double damage here for Ashara, so let's try to get that at least. I have not been clicking distractions either. Missed it. Out of practice. Okay. All right. So we want to end up like this. Well, it didn't have to be. Yeah, it does, because it has to be within 2. Okay. We want to end up like this with our formation. If we're going to hot swap, we're going to hot swap Jarlaxle. So how is his... Yeah, his timer's back. We would hot swap in Archon. His timer needs to come back. Okay. Let's try to get his timer. It's not a huge contribution, but we'll take whatever we can get when we're going to do this. A single armor chunk is still a single armor chunk and may be the difference between completing it or not. Oh, come on. Set bud. There we go. Okay. But I feel like this... What's he looking at? Yeah, we can't get him. Health is at 480. I think that's his final upgrade. Yeah, this is such a big health upgrade. I really want to get there, but we'd have to farm quite a bit longer. So let me see what potions we're looking at. I've got plenty of giant strength. I have no health, so here we go. Health potions. An hour. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So that's going to bring my health up. Let's add some more giant strength. We're just going to max those out. We can add more fire breath, just to ensure that we're doing maximum fire breath damage, killing instantly. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna try to hit the Minsk ult first, and then swap him through to Jarlaxle, and then probably back to Minsk. And if we need health, then I'll bring Archon in later. But I feel, see, we're still running low on our click damage is still having some problems. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Cue it up. Go, 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 go. Come on. Oh, I put him in the wrong place. Alright, that works. I'm like, why is he not swapping over? Oh, yeah. Silly, you swapped him into the wrong spot. I'm not taking off armor. We're taking off no armor. Not that any of this matters. Huh. Alright. We need more damage. Yeah. We definitely need more damage. Now this is where Krull is super impactful, because as I said before, just having Krull in here would mean that Valindra would be building up pain, will be building up all the plagues, and as these enemies would be dying instantly, she would be stacking multiple instances and could get all the way up to 40, which means you have plenty of damage. So if you have Krull as an option, it's an incredibly strong option here. Fortunately, I don't. Let's farm Valindra for the gold. We're going to Zaka farm Valindra real quick. Come on, tigers. Give me that lunch money. Alright. And go back to Minsk. I mean, it's not that we're not taking off any armor. It's just the problem was we were sitting there not really doing anything for a while. And that was at the top of her health pool. Like when she has the least amount of health. That's problematic. Hey, Bimbles. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate the resub. Give me that gold. I wish I knew how many lives she had left. Silly tooltip. Silly tooltip. Wow. Huh. I mean, we're not dead yet. So we've got that going for us, which is good. Bonus points to anybody that gets that reference. Yeah, that's not coming back anytime soon. It's like a 4-minute cooldown. I mean, I'm pretty proud of the group right now, that they just haven't fallen over. So that's promising. Yeah, we're starting to take serious damage now. I'm going to have to full group heal soon. Okay, shielded again. And we get the ultimate again, but we need to heal, yeah. That's just not... Wow. She still had another life left, which makes sense. Which makes sense. Final run. This is all I got. If this is not... If we can't finish her off here, we're dead. Yeah, we're going down. It's so strange that sometimes we're taking off chunks and sometimes we're not. No! No! Another bar. No! No! Okay. Okay. We're not going to sit there. We're not going to sit there. All right. All right. We need more gold. We need more gold. Yeah, I think that's just... It's not really going to do anything. All right. Let me check in on chat. I hope... no, we were getting more than just the fire breath as chunks. Oh, my Streamlabs is freezing up on me again. Come on, Streamlabs. You can do it. I believe in you. As soon as Streamlabs unfreezes, I will catch up with chat. Yeah, you can easily get to 40, 40, 40 on Valindra without any feats on Krull. That's why I said Krull is just... He makes this just super easy. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Is Minsk a better DPS than Jamila? Eh. The problem with Minsk is he's only really a good DPS against his favorite enemies. Hey, Grungy got it. So did Lojack. It's a Caddyshack reference. It may have been said in a Monty Python movie somewhere, but I was specifically quoting Caddyshack. Yeah. Caddyshack's just a great movie. I want a cheeseburger and fries and a chocolate milkshake. You'll get nothing and like it. If I ever just say at some point when people are asking for things, I go, you'll get nothing and like it. That's a Caddyshack reference. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, come on. When I tried and failed to get Dragonbait last week and the tooltip worked, but it only showed cumulative stacks. Yeah. It was showing you Dragonbait's buff, and it wasn't showing you how far you were, and it's supposed to show you how far you are. The tooltip hasn't been working, Strider. We're really close to soft cap. So I feel like if we get there, if we can just get there, we'll be good. I mean, I'm using all the gold I got. Where is it? Over here. No. Where's... Wait. Oh, my gold ran out. That's a problem. We'll just say half an hour. Oh, there's my last little bit of gold find. There we go. That's why it was slowing down a bit. Yeah, I mean, you really kind of want to go in here with a full set of epics. You know, one of each epic, and then just fire them off from the start. And when you're around 300, you want to full stack gold find potions at about 300, so that you can really start ramping up your upgrades. You might need to do it a little before 300, depending on how much favor you have, but you really got to try to farm up. If you don't have a lot of event champions like me, right, like what I'm attempting here, then you really have to farm yourself all the way up to that soft cap. Or if you're not building a really optimal formation, if your formation just isn't great, you can overpower things in this game with gold, but ultimately you want to learn how to build a really solid formation for this. Hey Artwim, thanks for stopping by. Alright. So if we look at this formation, ultimately I'm going to want it. This isn't the formation I'll ultimately be going with. This is the formation we'll be going with. Let's go back to Is that... yeah, sure. Here. We'll overwrite. The reasoning for this formation is because we're killing everything with instantly with clicks. We don't actually need tanks in the front line. If I had a different tank, if I had a tank that didn't buff behind, but was more like Tyrrell, who just buffs within 2 slots, so doesn't have to be in front, I would put them in this back row. Ideally, somebody who just buffs, you know, everywhere, and then they could go down here where Makos is. And then I'd have my squishies up front, which would mean Celeste then is healing all the squishies. But keep in mind, during the fight, I can always swap a squishy to the front line to get some heals and then bring them back. That's something I haven't been doing. Or I didn't do on this fight because, I mean, we were just really far off. And then Calliope is within 2 of everybody that can receive a shield, because this NPC can't. And we got our DPS in the top shelf. That's basically it. Everything else is buffing straight into Ashara. How far are we from... oh yeah, we're a ways. Okay. Let's get that Goldfind team back in. Which basically just means Jarlaxle, Dritz, and Azaka. They're just going to raise... they're going to pump our Goldfind up here, up into the E27 range, whereas before it was E24. So those 3 orders of magnitude are going to help us farm up quicker. We got a damage upgrade coming here real quick. These are all small damage upgrades, though. Bond abilities would be better, but we're further away from that. Ugh, that's not what I wanted to see happen. For the farming, for this farming, we need Dragonbait alive. That's a problem, because that's I think one of the things that we are running into a problem with against Valindra is we just need more click damage, because when Dragonbait dies, we lose his buffs. So we need to be able to click kill without his buffs. So that's a problem. All right. There's some more damage. Yeah, why are we... okay, yeah, that's because... okay. I didn't switch over. I'm like, why are we dying? Oh yeah, you have a different formation in, silly. One of these days. One of these days. Would it worth changing your upgrade to 1 level at a time for extra healing? Potentially. I don't want to do that until I'm kind of soft capped. That is a last-ditch effort, because you really, unless you have tons of favor, in which case this isn't really... you should be fine anyway. You are spending favor for a little bit of a heal, so you really only are going to get 1 shot at that. Otherwise, you're going to have to farm a very long time, and then each upgrade is going to cost even more, right? So you have to keep in mind that if you're going to do that, that's got to be on your final shot. Try to do it without it as much as you can. So that's why I'm trying to level up things, make some gold, and get us there some other way. All right. Let's get some speed going, because this is too slow. There. There we go. Now we won't sit here forever. So yeah, that is something we have in our pocket to attempt, but like I said, if we're a little gold starved right now, that's going to make it even worse. That's going to make it even worse. I don't really care about upgrading a Zakara or Dritz at this point. They're not going to give me any more gold for upgrading them. So, yeah, no biggie. I mean, I think we'd just be cruising through this, and we probably would have beat her if I'd been using event champions, to be honest. Human would give us double credit against Valindra, and offers a nice buff. So should to be able to take the place of Hitch. Additionally, Dinar would heal everyone instead of Celeste, but Dinar's gear is a little garbage. So, but if I were to swap in Human, Freely, and Deacon, all of which I have, that would light up my third bond for Ashara, and she would have all the damages. Right now, we're just looking at a single bond. A single bond. So that alone would give us all the damage we need to get past this. Have a double check feats. Fastlane, because I don't open gold chests, I don't have any of the gold chest feats, and because I've been spending all my gems on gear, I also don't have any of the cash feats, or the gem. I don't have any of the gold chest feats, and I don't have any of the gem feats. So all I have are the default feats, and they're in. So that's another thing that other people might have that I wouldn't, is better feats. Better feats. The tool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm getting the toolkit bug here. So that's probably what's causing this to not work, ideally. Let's see. Yeah, I came in at 192 E22. I'm not even. I'm at E19 favor. So. Come on, get me those upgrades. So you're only opening silvers in this count? For now. I feel like I wanted to try to only do silvers at least through unlocking Dragonbait. I don't think it's viable to continue that strategy through Alcoria and Rhea. I just don't think that would. I don't think that's realistic. I was trying to limit myself at least a little bit in the first part, but I can't do that for much longer. All right, LoJack, thanks for stopping by. Is Brev worth getting on a time gate? I won't have gear for him. I mean, you won't get gear from. I mean, you'll get a little bit of gear out of the time gate, but you'll also gear him up out of Electrum chests, which you get tons of each week. So you'll be able to get him up to blues. But yeah, Briv's one of the most desired champions in the game for a variety of reasons. He's a solid tank. I wouldn't say he's. Some people say he's the best tank in the game. I don't say that, but I think currently he's probably top, like third. I think he's the third best tank in the game. But he's also a great speed champion, and that's why a lot of people like him. Do I have, man, all of these are just 100%ers. It's so annoying. Alright. We'll just get Asharis first. We're going to get this one, and we're going to try again, I think. Okay, we're going to need some of this, but not all of this. We'll have to reset some more of the giant strengths. We'll take all we can get there. Inching closer. Yeah, Brev has a healing effect based off damage that he's taken. And he actually will heal the whole party. But it's only if he lives long enough to do so. That is his limitation in that regard. So he'll heal every 10 seconds or every 10 hits, whichever comes first. So he has to survive through that. And he'll heal for a percentage of the amount of damage taken. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can... We're getting closer. So you can up that percentage in a variety of ways. One of the best ways, the most common ways, is Mert's perk up. I think it's Mert's. Mert's or Vajra's perk up perk, which allows, which increases healing, specifically in that type of situation. And then it actually, if you take his go with the flow spec, which is usually what you want to run if you're actually going to tank with him, the combination of those two makes it so that he heals 100% of the damage he takes. So as long as he lives long enough to get that heal off, he's in a sense unkillable in that regard. It's just that eventually he'll get hit either faster for enough damage and fast enough that he can't heal, or just straight up get one shot, because he can only take up to 99.9999% of his health, right, as one hit without dying. Whereas there are self-shielding tanks in the game that can take multiple times their health in one hit because of their shield mechanic and still live. The two other top tanks, in my opinion, are Ayla. Ayla, in my opinion, is number one because she does her thing just right out of the gate. She has her self-shield right out of the gate, and it just gets better with items. The second would be Tyrell, but it's reliant upon his ultimate, and to really make it work, you have to cap his slot 6 item, so it needs to be at its maximum cooldown reduction, so that as his self-shield is wearing off, you're instantly applying a new one. So he takes some investment, but Ayla doesn't. But so until then, Briv may do better for you than Tyrell, but eventually Tyrell then wins out. When I tried to unlock Dragonbait, my Briv is specifically tied to Valindra. He never missed it. It's hard to... I had to replace it every time. Oh yeah, I don't use Briv in this fight at all. To me, if you're using Briv, you're actually making it more difficult on yourself, in my opinion. Because Calliope shields are better suited to protect you in this fight. So, in my opinion, for the same amount of power you're bringing in with Briv, you could just smoke right through it with Calliope. So, I don't know. I mean, Calliope's the only reason we're staying alive in this so far. Oh, we're so close. Come on, just get me to Ashar's next upgrade, team. Come on. Man, that epic gold find potion would have done so much work here, as would the epic health potion. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Let me double check. I've got that cooldown. Yeah, but Minsk really needs to stay in. The key here right now, which is good, is that we're killing all of these instantly, even without Dragonbait. Even without Dragonbait, and that has to happen. That has to happen. So let's go again. 15 minutes. Yeah, we need all the health we can get. Okay. Now or never. Well, that's not true. I did forget to put her shield on for Calliope shield on everyone first, but I think we're doing okay. Come on, give me these back. What's our math at? Because we're dying. Oh, we churned through it quicker this time. So that's progress. But we dying. We dying. Nope, we had one more to go. No. I was like, can I get it in? It just at the end there. Just enough. Just give me enough. Oh my god. So close. No. No. I was trying everything at the end there, but no. Not quite. Oh, we were real close, folks. We were real close. I didn't have to click because the familiars were clicking, and if they were going to be taking off one every 6 seconds on their own, so. But I do like the idea of swapping in all of my other options. I should have brought Jamila in quicker. We were real close. We were real close. Let's get the cooldowns back. Can't. I can't get the cooldown back because we're not. There we go. Just gonna have to slowly get it back. I think. Oh, man. I feel like if we could get one of the tanks up to soft cap, we'd be good. I think we have the damage. I don't think we have the survivability. We should focus on upgrading with blacksmith stuff, Briv or Human. Personally, I prefer Human as your first target for that. And to get him up a little bit in speed and then go back, get them up a little bit in speed and then go and get Briv up so that he's at least guaranteed one skip. And then I go back to Human a lot, mainly because Human's speed effect is always on. It doesn't run out. Whereas Briv's, you know, he runs out of stacks, then he's just Briv. In terms of speed effects. So kind of back and forth a little bit, but I currently favor Human more on my main account. Is there an issue with split the party 2 and running in the background? Every time I leave it, even with auto advance off to farm gold, it removes 60% of my party without moving off any levels. I don't know. I would never. I guess I would just never do split the party in the background. So I've never run into that because that's not a situation I've ever found myself in. But yeah, it sounds like it's like what Edlad said. It sounds like it's moving forward when you're offline. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like a bug. Man, we just do not have... I do not have the gold. Or the gold find potions to pull this off. Oh, you know what I have? I haven't popped my bounty contracts on this account yet. And I need to for the event. That wasn't enough. Oh my god. Yeah, we've earned so much gold that we're topping out. Even bounty contracts aren't helping. Wow. Wow. All right. All right, I get it. I get it. Can Briv theoretically jump her? Yeah. Yeah. Make save second party to sweep in at the end. We could do that if it lets me save. Hold on. If we start off with this, and then we switch to this, but we add in like Jamila and Archon, and we save that as then we should be able to be doing this and then try to swap into that, which would give us 4 champions that weren't in there before. Oh, Dellen is a core champion. So she could be in there too. Okay, we can try this and then swap into this. Do we have... Okay, there's his back. We have everybody's ultimate. Okay. We got 6 minutes on everything, so hold on, let's shield everyone first. We'll try this again. I did use the silver chest and all my blacksmithing, or all my bounty contracts, and it didn't help. Didn't help. Yeah, the bear's on the back line because Tyrell doesn't need to be in front of who he's buffing, just within 2. So, so he's in the back line because he also doesn't need to be healed. Because he's a big beefy tank. He can take care of himself. Are we back? No, we got a minute. Alright, hold on. Let's get that back. Well, no, we're fine. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I didn't do that one first, but that's fine. Okay. Boom. Boom, boom. There. We fired off everybody's ult. We proved we can swap in between parties. I guess we didn't fire off hers. But that's fine. There we go. That's the party we want. Health's looking okay for us so far. That's really all I pay attention to is the health of my champions. I know we're getting low over here, but it's not... I mean, I can sit here and click if I want. There we go. But I need to click some of these ultimates shortly. Spike our butt again. Get that shield on the moose. Holding on to the stun this time. Is this her last one? We're having trouble getting through it, so I feel like it is. Yeah, we don't have the damage. Even swapping people in like that. So I need a little more durability coming in, or we need to use an event champion. I feel like we're at the event champion phase. So... Yeah, Prelude, it's definitely a bug, based off what you're saying. So, don't put it into the back. I mean, you can report it, but the fix is just don't put it in the background. That's the fix. Okay, so if I were going to put one champion in, I feel like that champion would be Human. Crawl, I feel, just makes this too easy. So, in this position, we get Cleave, which increases the damage against boss enemies by a ton. And if they have hits-based or armor-based health, it destroys twice as many segments as they normally would. That's the one that says twice as many. That's why, if you use Esmeralda, Esmeralda should grant you a bonus, but then Human should double that. That's why it should be 4 times as many, and not 3. Should be. But I don't know. I'd have to check. The problem I'm seeing here is we're not able to kill off these things very easily. So we did lose, because we're gaining power against the boss, we're losing power against everything else with Human. So that's actually problematic for us. So, because we need this kind of wave clear. Could go heals. Dinar would be able to heal different people. Not swapping there. We could go crawl. And we could DPS with Hitch. So if we did this... oh man. Part of me really wants Pilfer to gold farm, but... we'll just go damages. How close are we? Not very. Okay. Yeah, we're not... we don't have the damage for this either, just straight out the gate. I mean, we get it, but we can't have that build up when we're fighting her. See, now it's dying instantly. It just takes a while to get there. And it's going to fall off. So we get to the same damage point. It just takes a little bit. Okay, let's let it build up and see if we can get a new... See if we can set a new bud. We were like E122. That's kind of where I want to be. Come on. Spread that plague. Well, there's a little bit of spike. Alright, let's try it. Oh. Yeah, we're not really taking much off at all. That's problematic. That's problematic. There, check it out. She's got 30 pain on her already, folks. That's what we're talking about. That's what we want. That's what we want. And you better believe I really want to do this. Oh no, we don't have her ult for like 6 minutes. Oh man, I want to Azaka farm Valindra so bad. Oh, it went away. Oh, because I pulled Krull out. Alright. Here's what we're going to do, folks. That's fine. That's fine. Let's do... This is going to be... We're just going to overwrite this. Okay. Let's set this, and then we'll farm. We need to get Azaka's ult back, because I'm totally gonna Azaka farm a 40 pill for stack Valindra if we can. That'll soft cap everyone. That'll soft cap everyone. But yeah, so this is I think the one champion, if we're gonna have one, is gonna be Krull. We'll see if it works, but it'll at least get us to the soft cap. I think if you have event champions, this is gonna be easy, a lot easier. I think we could have finished this right now if I was just using event champions. But I think if you're worried about power, then more favors better, and I think it's probably E23 range. It's not E22. I think it's E23. I think E22 undershoots it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think right now we're going to use Krull just to gold farm and speed this up and simulate having higher gold find. And then we'll see. Oh, I forgot. We need Azaka in here. We're trying to get her cooldown back. We can try Human on a boss level too. He just wasn't great against just this, but we'd have to set Bud against the boss and then hope it's enough. I had only E116 DPS and I killed her with event champions. That's interesting. Well, base DPS or Bud? Like, don't look up here. Look down here. Whatever this says is a lie. This is a lie. This is a complete and utter lie. This doesn't mean anything. What you care about is your Bud down here. Yeah, base DPS means nothing. Base DPS is a dirty little liar. Yeah, with Ashara, my DPS was fine. I didn't have enough health. And soft capping should give me the health I need, because the tanks both get major health upgrades with their last level. So I really want to get them there. Really want to get them there. So let me get Azaka's stuff back. Get Azaka's stuff back. And then we'll try that out. Then we will try that out. Let's go speedy. Okay, first thing I want to check is swapping just for Human. Let's see what happens. Because this may be all we need, even without soft capping. Just depends. Yeah, I mean, we're keeping the damage up to... Did she break? She broke. We did something that broke her. Was it stop? It's not supposed to stop her, but she stopped. Okay, now she's back. Okay. Yeah, we broke her with something. That was real interesting. Is this last life? Damage makes it feel like it's last life. No. Alright. Okay, so Human wasn't enough. Human wasn't enough. Okay, let's do the crawl thing. Let me get ultimates back. We'll do the crawl thing. Did caption censor Bud? No, it thought I said something else. It thought I said something else. Let me move it a little closer. Yeah, Loki Grommel, the core champions, I don't have enough gold find to make the core champions work. So if you're super low on power, like on options, you need more gold find. So I need to come in with like E23 or E24 if I were going to do it with core champions. Okay, here we go. Testing out just using crawl. Just using crawl as the only event champion. We're not getting... So far, we're not getting the DPS we need here. There we go. There we go. Look at that pain tick up. Pain's at 30 already. Pain's at 30 already. Pain's at 40. Gold's going up. We're at 20. $30. Give me that gold. Oh, I swapped out with... Dang it. Dang it, I'm an idiot, folks. I'm an idiot. My farming formation did not have crawl in it. Did not have crawl in it. So I lost all the stacks when I hit that. That didn't feel great. That didn't feel great. But I'll own it. That was all me. That was all me. All right. All right. But yeah, those stacked up real fast. Those stacked up real fast. Yeah, epic gold find pushing would be nice, but can't really. I don't. My DPS was not Minsk. No. Here in this formation, my DPS is Hitch at the top. Because in Tomb of Annihilation top shelf, there's a top shelf buff that gives you more DPS. So if you're up there, so that's what we're focusing in this iteration. Come on, all the cooldowns, all the cooldowns. All right, we just need this one now. All right, this time I'm not going to hotkey Azaka, bringing Azaka in. I'm just going to... I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to drag Azaka in and ult. And I'm going to be more patient and wait for 40 stacks because why not? Why not? I also, folks, I didn't have heroism potions going. We're going to need some of that action. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's get us... Yeah, we're going to need giant strength. Just because, sure, we'll take more of that. Take more of this. Yes, please. There. All right. Here we go. Let's try it again. Already at 20 pilfer. I really want that to stack up faster than the rest. Nope, we're already at 40 pain. We're already at 40 pain. Come on, one more pilfer. Give it to me. Seriously? There it is. There it is. Give me that. No, she stunned me. Right away. Give me the gold. Nope, the tigers aren't doing anything. She broke my tigers. She broke my tigers. How rude. How rude. She's like, no, you won't do that to me. How dare you? Do we crultimate? We crultimate. Die. Oh, we were so far away. We were so far away. Yeah, I thought maybe we were almost there. We were so far away. But yeah, there you go, folks. So if you're going to pick one champion to go in to Asoriel's Resolve with, pick Krull. You can use core champions. You can use the full core lineup and only have Krull as your event champion. And that's going to get you through. So I was hoping that wouldn't be what we went with, but it is. It is. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because you should use whoever you have and the most powerful things you have. I was just attempting to not do that. I was attempting to not do that. All right. But now you know. I mean, you saw Krull just devour Valindra. That's what happens. And we get Dragonbait. It's your boy, Dragonbait. There he is. There he is. All right. So that was one. It was 1.92 E22.